Hey guys! I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha. As you can see, my black eye is still there. I don't know how long it takes for a black eye to disappear. I've never had one before, so I don't know. Actually, I lie. I did have one a long time ago. I was in a car accident, and oh man, both of my eyes were like black. But that was a long time ago. I think I was like 20 or 18 or 19, very, very young. So that was a long time ago. So yeah. But anyways, I hope that you guys are enjoying my content, and if you want to support me further, obviously you can subscribe, or you can comment below, or you can support me financially by going to my Ko-fi link, ko-fi.com/boomshikha. The link is in the description below. So in this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about teenagerness. That's not a right word. My teenhood is basically what I want to speak to you guys about. Now, it's funny because I think maybe this is the age when you start thinking about the past a little bit more, and you start thinking about, all right, so where am I going with my life, and really contemplating and reflecting upon it. And so I've been doing a lot of reflections, especially considering that this year is ending soon, and this decade is ending soon, and we're entering a new era of sorts. I decided that it was time for me to look at myself and look at who I had become, and if I liked the kind of person I had become, and where I could improve, and what kind of changes I need to make in order to live a better life in the future, and what were things that I should be focusing on that I'm not focusing on that I should be focusing on, and things like that. So a lot of different questions obviously being tumbled around in my head, in this little head of mine. And one of the things I noticed was that, and I've been noticing this for the past couple of months, or a few months I would say, I guess because of the fact that I have been doing so many videos, and perhaps I've been becoming more vocal on social media. I've noticed that a lot of individuals who I used to know in my high school or middle school, particularly high school though, have started messaging me and asking me, how are you doing? It's been so long. It's been 20 years. How's everything? What have you been up to, etc. And so I've been getting all these messages on Facebook from some people who I have no idea who actually they are, because I don't remember them. It's been 20 years, obviously, so of course my memory is a bit hazy, but also because I spent a lot of my time in my high school kind of hiding from the world, because I was a very uncool nerd, and so I tried to hide from the world as much as possible and do my own thing. And a lot of those people who've been messaging me, I just don't remember. And so I've been saying hello and all that stuff, and I've been trying to be nice to them and all that, but a lot of times they'll bring up things and I'm like, I'm not sure what you're talking about here, right? But then obviously I kind of go back to it, and I realize, I used to think about these people in high school. I'd look around me, and I'd look at all these different people around me, and I used to think that they were so cool. I used to think that they were so advanced and mature, and I used to look at them and think, wow, I wish one day I could be like them. And I was so inept at socialization, at everything really. The only thing I was good at was studying, because I had a good brain, but besides that, really, I was not good at anything. And even though that, even studies kind of deteriorated after a while because I got obsessed with other things. But I'd look around me, and there were all these people around me in high school, and they'd walk around, and I'd think, wow, I mean, they're amazing, and they know exactly what they're supposed to be doing with their lives, and they seemed so sure of themselves, and they seemed so sure of their steps, whereas I was sitting there as a teenager thinking to myself, I have no idea what I'm doing myself. I did not know what I wanted to do in university. I did not know what I wanted to do with my life. I did not know anything. And these other people who were walking around mature as anything, and they seemed to know everything. They seemed to know exactly where they were going. And I still had the image in my head of those individuals walking around high school, looking so sure and looking so confident and mature within themselves. And I used to wonder when I would ever get to that point. Now, of course, I'm a lot more confident than I was back then. Oh my God, like a night and day difference. But I still am unsure about where I'm going in my life, and I'm still unsure about what I'm doing with myself. But now I have a secret. I know the secret, which is that everyone is in the same boat. People might pretend to walk around and pretend like they know what they're doing. But most people have actually given up on that pretense by this point in time. And most people have kind of admitted to the fact in reality, in front of other people, that they have no idea what they're doing, that they don't know if they'll ever know what they're doing, that they don't know exactly what they're supposed to be doing with their lives. And they're just doing the best they can. And some days it feels like it's okay, some days it feels like it's not okay, but they just keep on going. And that secret that everyone is in the same boat, we're all in the same boat, and we were in the same boat since we were teenagers. I assumed that these people who had been walking around me in high school knew what they were doing and knew where they were going, but they didn't. You know, they were just good at pretending. And now I realize that, you know, they were good at pretending then, and there's some people who are good at pretending right now as well. In my 30s, I see people around me who are good at pretending outside outwardly, and then, you know, I talk to them face to face, one-on-one, and realize that they have no idea what they're doing either. And so I've been realizing more and more so, and I've told you guys this before, really no one has any idea. No one has any idea. Even those people who are on top, who are, you know, doing well perhaps for themselves, making loads of money, they also are not sure. They're doing the best they can, and their best turned out to be something that made them loads of money or gave them a lot of fortune and fame. But they still, if you ask them, if you were good friends with them, if you were best friends with them, and you sat down one late night with them over a cup of coffee, they would tell you that they were unsure, and they felt unconfident, or they felt unsure about where they were going and what they were doing, and if they wanted to keep on going on this path or not. They were not sure about anything. Really, I think I noticed that a lot, and I noticed that more and more as I get older, is that, you know, I'll meet someone and they seem so confident and they're just sure of themselves, and then I'll have a one-on-one conversation with them and they'll start breaking down in front of me because they have no idea what they're doing. And this happens more and more often as time goes on. It makes me realize really that everyone is doing the best they can, but everyone has no idea. No one has any idea. I think the only one on this planet who has any idea are the beings who are not human beings, like the animals, like the dogs and the cats and the elephants and the lions. I think they're the ones who have a little bit of an idea because they don't think too much about it. They just do their own thing and just keep on going with their lives. But anyone who has a human aspect to them, I feel like as soon as you become human, all of this stuff comes into you, all of this negativity and all of this unsureness where you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'll ever know what I'm doing. I might be 60 and I'll still be floundering about trying to figure things out. And maybe I'll have part of the answer. Maybe I'll have a little bit of more of an answer then, but I'll still be completely lost. And so I just wanted to say this to you guys because I know a lot of you guys think that everyone around you knows what they're doing and are on the right path and are not lost. But I assure you from the bottom of my heart that, I mean, even me, and I know a lot of you guys think that I know what I'm doing in my life, but I don't. And I'm just kind of fibbing it and just doing the best I can and just going along with whatever comes along. And so really no one has any idea. No one on this planet really has an idea. And I'm telling you this not so that you can be like, oh, well, the world is just going to, you know, I don't know what word to use here without swearing. But you know what I'm saying, and everything bad is happening, and the world is just going to degrade itself. But the reality is that I think that's what life is about. I think life is supposed to be a series of steps of confusion and misunderstandings, and just keeping on going with it and trying to do the best we can without ever knowing what the true answer is. Even God, I think. He might, or she, or it might have the answers, but what's the fun in that, right? Like, I mean, if he told us, okay, so this is the answer for your life, this is what you're supposed to be doing, then can you imagine? You'd be sitting there thinking, all right, cool, so then what's the point? If I already know what the answer is, then what am I working towards? Why does it even matter anymore, right? So I think it keeps things interesting, and it keeps things fascinating, and it keeps things so that if we don't have the answers, at least we have something we're working towards, and we're moving towards something. And even if we do this for the rest of eternity, and even if we're just doing it still when we're on our deathbed, at least we had something to work towards. At least we tried. At least we did our level best. And I think that's the only thing you can really say about all of this. I hope this makes sense. I hope this isn't depressing, but actually helpful in a way where it makes you feel better about the world rather than crappy or bad. Ugh, I really have to stop swearing. Anyways, if you guys want to ask any questions, please comment below and I'll do a further video on this. Again, if you want to support me further, you can go to my Ko-fi link. The link is in the description below, ko-fi.com/boomshikha. And again, thank you so much for your support. I shall see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.